breaking story from the Daily News. Hundreds of Trump supporters pack Bronx rally as counter-protesters jeer outside. Did you hear this? Hundreds, they say.
Well, they just community noted.
Hundreds.
Did you see how he got the community note from the crowd outside of his courtroom?
No, what was that?
I think it's Margot McAtee, like who's the head of his communications. She posted a video of all the people outside of the courtroom.
Was it the court or was it Trump Tower?
I think that was a courtroom. It was that, and it got community noted. They said that it wasn't from that day and that it was from, I guess, the original time that he got arrested.
I think,
and she proved that was false.
I think this was in. So first, let me just clarify. Daily News is lying. Okay, what do we have here? New York Times, a Trump rally in the Bronx. Some residents ask why. Okay, look, we've got Elad Eliyahu on the ground. Eliyahu's on the ground, reporting for SCNR. I can tell you definitively it is not hundreds. Here you go. There's already easily thousands of people outside the rally. It is absurd to think that Donald Trump could show up in New York for a rally in a city of millions of people and not get tens of thousands. When people are like, I think it's 30K, I'm like, really? Seems a little low. It's New York. People are bored, looking for something to do, and Trump's showing up. Look at this line.
It is hundreds, though. It's just a lot of them.
Right. It is hundreds. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You see what they're doing?
Hundreds of hundreds, you might say.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Hundreds of hundreds.
So we have this video. Take a look. I just want to show this again. Here's the line. You see how it curves around? That already is probably a couple thousand people. They really underestimate how many people there are in groups. But let me show you a couple more. You got Bo Loudon says 30K people have shown up. Just watch this clip, and you can see, sure, this
Just
right
like
here.
100, right?
This right here already, it's probably several hundred just in the single frame alone. Then you spin around, several thousand there already. And I think it's because the rally itself, it's 3,500. So that makes sense because they're overflow. You've got American AF saying 30K people in advance for Trump's rally in the Bronx, and these are the numbers. I think that's what the campaign was saying. Is that what it was?
Yeah, the campaign is apparently saying to people on the ground that they're thinking there's 37,000 people there or over 30,000. I mean, they were permitted to have like just over 3,000 people there. 10,000 people requested tickets. Obviously, there's a huge overflow. I think hundreds is kind of a laughable headline, but I think that's part of it,
They're
right?
triggered.
They're so triggered, and it's interesting because everyone was like, well, why would he rally in the Bronx? And New York is safely Democrat. But the thing is, Roger Stone had a tweet about this today. The last Republican who went to the Bronx was Ronald Reagan, and he won. And the Bronx basically doesn't get attention from Democrats because Democrats take them for granted, right? They say, oh, you're New Yorkers, you'll all vote for us. But they elected a Republican city council member in 2022. Right. So, like, I just think that they are this area that people don't think about, and they're probably just as frustrated as so many other people with the Biden administration and with, Democratic leadership in the state of New York, like Kathy Hochul and the mayor.
They don't like Hochul?
I wouldn't like Hochul. I mean, if
I
she's
left
like,
the state when she got in.
Look, probably a lot of other people would too, except they're stuck there. I mean, if you have family and stuff, if you can't live, I mean, you have family there too, but like, it's just really difficult. And I think that's what's so interesting about this. Like, when I was getting ready for the show today, I was listening to MSNBC, and these talking heads are like, well, he's only doing this because he thought he was going to be in trial the next day. And obviously the trial's been, they're on break basically until next week. But I think this is obvious. Like, it doesn't hurt him to have a rally in the Bronx. Like, yeah, maybe he thought he'd be there anyways, but the Bronx loves him, as it turns out.
There was a video that went viral. This is, I think we were talking about, and I was trying to verify this. It's very difficult. And it shows a bunch of people, no MAGA hats or anything like that. They're standing next to a barricade, and they're all screaming and cheering. You can see it's 56th and 5th, which is Trump Tower. Okay. And people were saying, waiting to see Trump at court or outside of court. At first, I was like, well, that's wrong. This is 56th and 5th. The court's at 100 Center Street. And I tweeted something, then deleted it right away because I was like, no. The original tweet was people are waiting to see Trump, and that was it. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. He's at Trump Tower. But then I'm assuming that's what got community noted.
Yeah, that picture.
Because all of these Democrats and leftists started commenting on it saying, fake news, this is Joe Biden, it's Joe Biden. And I'm like, why would Joe Biden be at Trump Tower? Yeah, weird story. But this is what they do. They spam lies to try and manipulate the information. Right now, the reason why the Daily News is saying hundreds, well, it's true, right?
Yeah, technically.
Like if I said there are 10 people right now at the Timcast studio, it's like, well, yes, I mean, there's 30 or 40, but there are also 10, you know what I mean? Like, That's the game they're playing.
Yeah, but think about the spin. You and I were talking about it. The CNN and MSNBC, all of them said it's good that Michael Cohen lied on the stand. That even though you would think that would hurt his credibility, and the fact that he's scamming the Trump organization would, obviously prove that he's a crooked individual. But they said this is good because they said that if he'll lie on the stand, he'll lie for Donald Trump. So, I mean, this is just how they spin everything. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Remember when the New York Times said, "Don't think critically"?
Yeah, exactly.
Critical thinking is getting us in trouble. Everyone just stop thinking.
Don't
Let us think for you.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
what was it? Don't do any research, or what was it? They constantly said not to look into it with the pandemic.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Dore had the best bit on that one where he's like, "We wouldn't do that." He said, "Don't do your own research," and I'm like, "That you wouldn't do it for literally anything else. Like you're going to buy a car."
Don't
and then
do it.
your friend
Don't do
goes, don't,
research.
don't look into it. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to know what to buy? Trust the salesman. He's the expert. That's the world that they live in.
And he's looking out for your best interests. He doesn't care about anything but you.
Well, so the big question now is, why is Trump rallying in the Bronx? According to AOC, it's because he has court and they strapped an ankle bracelet on him and he can't leave, which is a scummy thing to say. I think Trump's having a rally in New York because he's within 9 points of beating Joe Biden.
I think New York loves Trump. If you look up a voting map of New York, it's mostly red. Obviously, the city's different, but past 2 elections, it's mostly red. They love Trump.
Everybody loves Trump. All these rappers that hate Trump now are all rapping about him, all love him. So it's all fake. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're just, and then, what was it? That girl, Amber Rose, Kanye West's ex,
Yep.
now loves him.
Yep.
I don't know if she really moves the needle, but I mean, what's going on with Trump and this court case? And then you see AOC has a town hall and there's like 40 people there.
Was that tonight?
Yeah, I believe so.
No.
Yeah, it was
I think that was
encountered.
tonight.
I'm pretty sure.
They're circulating it as if it was tonight. but
Yeah, I mean, I
everyone's
saw
got
it
spin on both
today.
sides. It's hard to
Exactly.
tell.
That's why
I know my favorite big booty Latina. I have my eyes on her constantly, so I know what she's doing.
When I saw the video and people were contrasting her empty town hall, nobody in it, and Trump's I mean, come on, dude. Look, I'm going to play music. Let's say I'm going to do a show. How many people are really going to show up to see Tim Pool play music? I mean, maybe fans of the show might be like, but it's not a big music thing. We have music, right? Would I book my show at the same time that, like, I don't know, Aaron Lewis is playing down the street?
Right.
Like, you've got this huge celebrity, musician, rock star guy, and I'm like, well, I'm going to do my show at the same time. No one's going to show up to that. Whether you like or hate Trump, AOC would be nuts to do a rally at the same time because the people who hate him are going to his rally.
Well, even I think it was Vanity Fair, Vogue said that AOC is the third most popular politician behind Biden and Trump. Did you know that?
She's
what
a
they
huge
said.
social media presence.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
No.
That's what
In
they
what way
said.
do you think it doesn't translate into reality?
Well, I mean, like, what's their metric for popularity or follower count?
Well, I go to DC quite a bit. You walk through like Rayburn, Longfellow, their offices, and you'll like walk by a congressman. You have no idea because there's like 450 of them, right?
Yeah.
And the majority of them are not famous. And AOC, I think that's why she gets a lot of hate. It's like she is actually famous for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah, because she's, this is the thing, right? Who's that famous? Was Dennis Miller? Was that the guy?
Yeah, the comedian.
Famous for being way too smart. Like that, they made fun of him because he would use big words and like talk about very esoteric things. Look, you want to be big in the modern era, you need lowest common denominator. So if you look at like the most viewed things on the internet, I mean, we're going to talk about Skibbity Toilet because Colbert did that thing. But like if you watch Skibbity Toilet, there's like no real. There's nothing there. It's just silliness.
What was that? I mean, why would he have Biden coming out of the toilet like that?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
It's going to cause people pain to watch.
It's
but
bad.
My point is, anybody who knows what Skibbity Toilet is, it's like nonsensical, silly content. You don't got to think very hard to watch it and laugh. That means one of the reasons why it does so well is it can cross barriers in language. Lowest common denominator. The more intricate the ideas you give, the less likely it is that you're going to get a larger and larger audience. So for AOC, why is she so popular? Because she says really, really low, let's just say low cognitive function things.
Which I like.
And so look. If you want to make, why are there so many big left-wing channels? Why did Hassan have so many viewers? Mm-hmm. Because he just says things that feel good that make no sense. It doesn't matter. You go on your show and you say something like, here's a bad thing, but then offer up no solutions, no counters, and have no real convictions, you're going to get a big following. AOC can come out and be like, you should have more money. And they're like, I like what she's saying.
Well, in the book Brave New World, I think they called it talkies or whatever, but like in the future, everybody's going to be on somas, and the content that they would watch was basically like pornography with explosions, like basically out of the movie Idiocracy. You ever seen that movie?
Oh, look at the Michael Bay films.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's the lowest common denominator. That's all people want to see is like boobs and explosions.
Thanks for watching this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to check out the live show Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. on this channel. Subscribe, and we'll see you all there.